Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for listening and watching the Day Weather Podcast. It's all about the wind here over the next couple of days. Today and Saturday, winds are going to be picking up. This will be especially true for you podcast viewers and listeners in Wyoming, where I-80 and I-25 will be hit by high winds, causing blowover risk, blowing and drifting snow. Out in the open areas, blowing and drifting snow on the secondary roads and highways is going to definitely be a concern. As we take a look past the next 2 days, which generally speaking, today and Saturday, other than mountain snow showers, looks fairly dry. But we do see another weather system that's going to start to bring snow back into the mountains of Colorado and Wyoming late Saturday night, but especially into Sunday. And as we get into Sunday and President's Day Monday, this is the snow forecast. Notice we have snow in all of the mountain ranges of the Rockies, but also we're going to see the possibility, we've been talking about this over the last couple of days, that we're going to get a little bit of snow east of the Continental Divide Sunday night, but especially Monday and the Tuesday. And also, there's going to be snow near the mountains along the western slopes of Wyoming, Colorado, and into the Wasatch Front of Utah as well. As we have seen for most of the last several weeks, it's the mountains that have really gotten the bulk of the snow. That's going to continue. But since this is a 3-day weekend, just a heads up, along I-80, I-70, I-76, I-90, there's going to be a little bit of wintry weather come Sunday night into Monday. So if you got a 3-day weekend, keep that in mind. This isn't a big storm, but enough to be a nuisance. And there's a plenty of cold air that's going to come in and make Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday and colder, make it quite a bit colder all throughout this region for the first half of next week. So warmer, windy today and Saturday. Then Sunday and especially Sunday night into Monday and Tuesday, be ready for a little bit of wintry weather again. We are anticipating late next week a warm-up. I think as we get into next Friday and Saturday and Sunday, we may have a little bit of a thaw. I think the first half of next week looks pretty cold. Late next week and next weekend, a thaw. But after that, things get interesting again. I want to show you something. Now, this is a very long-range outlook. This takes us all the way out to Tuesday, February 25th. But one thing that's showing up on our modeling is a large low coming into the Four Corners region sometime around the 24th, 25th, and 26th of February. Will this happen? That's a question mark, but I will tell you that we're seeing signs that this right here, this scenario, which would be a weather producer, that time frame for the region, is on the table. We talked about earlier this week that March could be an active month and it kind of gets started in late February. That still looks to be the case. One thing I want to show you is that one thing we pay very close attention to here at Day Weather is sea surface temperatures. This is a sea surface temperature map of the globe. Anywhere you see blue, water temperatures are a little cold, orange and red, a little bit warmer. Now, these are temperatures relative to what we would call averages. Where the cold water is, where the warmer water is really important. We all know how stormy last spring was, how we had that big snowstorm, that big blizzard in the region in the middle of March last winter. We went into March last year with one of our busier, stormier Marches in a while, and a lot of that had to do with what the sea surface temperatures were. This is our current sea surface temperature pattern right now, and I want to show you this relative warmth. This is not an El Nino, but relative warmth right here north of the equator, and we still have temperatures in the Pacific and the central and the north that are a little bit warmer than average. This area of colder water is growing, and this is something that may result in a La Nina later this year. But what I want to show you is the remarkable similarities to sea surface temperatures here in the middle of February to where we were a year ago. A year ago today, this is what they looked like. This is what they look like now. This is what they looked like a year ago. Now, a year ago, it was a little bit colder in the Indian Ocean. We also had that same coolness we have now developing here. But this relative area of warmth right here and right here is very similar to where we were a year ago. So the table is set for late February into March that this warmer water temperature regime, again, it's not very warm, but just warm enough to add more energy and moisture into the western United States for the beginning of March and late February. We'll keep you up to date on these sea surface temperatures occasionally. Thanks for listening and watching. Have a great weekend. Talk to you on President's Day Monday.